Welcome back to Just Code It. Today we're going to be adding a bit to the invoice extraction app. Specifically, we're going to be creating the functionality to either use Docling or just the multimodal model to process both image and PDF documents and extract invoice information out of them. Let's just walk through the app right now. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at this invoice. This is an image and we're going to load it in. The first one we're going to use is Docling. We press process and it's extracting the information from there. You can see with this one, it did a really poor job at extracting the information, but if we switch it to just use the LLM, it extracts the information a lot better. I found out throughout this that Docling actually performs worse than just using the LLM, even if it comes in PDF forms. Let's take a PDF for an example. Here we have a PDF, and we can use Docling to convert the PDF to Markdown, then use that Markdown to extract the information. And here it actually does a pretty good job. You can see the Docling extract. You can see how it actually grabs the structured output of that table, but it also performs really well when you just use the LLM. Just using the multimodal model will probably get better results for most types of documents. Another thing you can maybe do is also combine them and give the LLM both the Docling output and the image and have it use both to compare them, but I haven't tried that out yet. That's just an idea. That is it for the walkthrough of this app. Now let's actually jump into coding this thing. To start out, we're gonna first just walk through the actual app. This is it running over here, and the reason it still looks like the same structure is because down here in the main file, I already filled it out. It has all the components, but we'll take a look at that right after we go through what we need to load. First, we're gonna load our environment variables, then define some default variables like the model, llama, base URL, supported file types. The next default variables that we're going to set are the modes. We have the Docling mode and the multimodal mode. We're going to add these to a dictionary. Down a bit more, we have our system prompt, just describing what we want it to do. Here we're going to create a state with a file name, file type, and then the file bytes, model name, extraction model, invoice text, raw response, and extracted fields. The only thing that's really not a string are the file bytes, and the extracted fields are a dictionary. After you fill out the class or the state class for the invoice state, I'm going to jump to the bottom to the main method where we're going to set up the structure of the app. Here we're going to create a title, then add all these settings to the sidebar. These are the settings right here. Then we're going to have it wait until we actually upload a file. Right here, this will return or skip the rest of the app until we upload a file. To show that here. Once that extract button is hit, and then we'll create a spinner where we do the run extract method or run extraction, which extracts all the information, and we save it to the extraction results. After that, we finally just render the results to the screen, which is all that below. Let's jump back up to the top and start going through these methods. Let's start with the first two methods. The first one just creates a cached resource, a document converter from Docling. We just want to create a simple method to cache that. The next method is extract text with Docling. Here we're just giving it all the suffixes that it can extract. After defining all the suffixes, we then grab the one that we're using for the specific file. Like a PDF has this as the file type, and then we're going to grab that suffix. After grabbing that suffix, we're then going to write a temporary file so that we can process it using Docling. We create that temp file right here. Then we use the get Docling converter right up here, that first one. Then we convert the temp file using it. After we get the results, we're going to clean up the temporary file and return the markdown from that Docling result. The next method is this base64 image, to base64 image. What this does is encodes the file bytes into one or more base64 images to feed to the LLM. Here we're checking to see if the file type is a PDF. If it is, we're then going to iterate over the pages and convert them to images and append them to these decoded pages. After we loop over all the pages and convert them to images, we're then going to return all those pages. For non-PDF images, we're just going to return the image as raw bytes directly. That is this return right here. The next method we have is this build multimodal content. Takes in the file type and the file bytes, then gets all the images from the file type and file bytes. If it's a PDF, it loads multiple images. If it's just an image, it just returns an image. The prompt is extract all the invoice information. Then we do another check to see if it's a PDF. We then want to create another prompt that just tells it to look at all the images or process all the images, because a PDF can have multiple pages and we want it to actually process and extract the information from all the pages. Then we're going to create a content list that has the text prompt and append all of the images to it. After that, we're then going to loop over each page and actually create that content.append, and we're going to append this prompt with the page number, and then the content is going to be this appended image. Finally, once we create that long prompt, we're then going to return the content, and this is a list of prompts. Next method is a boring one, but we need to parse the JSON content. First, we handle if it's already parsed. Technically, you can get away with just this if you don't feel like doing any more, because it will only use this other half if it actually returns a bad prompt or a bad response. But it checks to see if the content is a dictionary. If it is, it just returns that. Otherwise, it does some other checks. If it's a list, then it tries to create or parse the JSON object using different methods. But I'm just going to skip over this because realistically, you'll only need to use this part. This is more just handling edge cases for when the LLM messes up. Graph. Moving down, we're now going to start creating our LangGraph nodes. The first part of it is it's going to take the state and get the extraction mode and check to see if it's the multimodal. If it is, we're just going to return invoice text as a blank string. Otherwise, if it is a Docling, we're then going to return file name, file type, and file bytes to use that Docling extract. The other node is this extract invoice node. This is where a lot of the magic happens. We have the LLM in here with the model name. Then we have the temperature set to 0, format JSON, and base URL set to llama base URL. After that, we checked the extraction mode and see if it's a multimodal. If it is, we just invoke the system message, and we build that multimodal content, the method we just did, and pass it the state file type and the state file bytes. Otherwise, we just use the Docling extract method, where this else statement hits the Docling extract area, where we're just going to create that prompt using the invoice text, then pass that into the LLM as the prompt and see if it was able to extract the information that way. Finally, we're going to parse the JSON object, which should be fine, and return the raw response and the extracted fields. Moving on to the graph structure, here we're going to cache the building of the graph as a resource. And we're going to first create the state with the invoice state and add both of the nodes, the load document and the extract invoice nodes from those two nodes above. Then we're going to define the entry point as the load document, and load document goes to extract invoice, extract goes to end. And finally, we're going to return the compiled graph. The next one is when we're actually going to run the graph or run the extraction. This is done by passing in the file name, file type, file bytes, model name, and extraction mode. Then we're going to build the graph and invoke it using the initial state, which is passing in all these initial state variables. That should then return the response. Moving down, we're going to start getting into actually creating the UI components. The first one is rendering that preview. Let's run that, and you can see how it rendered immediately right when I pasted that because I already had a file loaded up. But it renders the preview by looking at the file type. If it has an image, then it does just ST_image. If it has PDF, then it renders it using Markdown. And the only key here is you need to do unsafe allow HTML set to true to actually allow it to render this. Next up, we have the render results, which is how it renders the results. It is given the results in the extraction mode. It creates an expander with the raw results. First displays the JSON with the results and the extracted fields. Then it creates an expander, which is the expander. Oh, I forgot we haven't, or is it going to extract? Yeah, I think, it should work now. It's going to extract. Let's just do multimodal. That's faster. This is the JSON that we just created, and then the expander. But then we have another expander for when it is a Docling because we have the extracted text. There's nothing here because we haven't actually done it, but it will show back up once we actually run the Docling. There it is. That's the actual extracted text. That is what's fed into the LLM. You can pretty much see how the Docling doesn't perform as well as just using the multimodal model and passing it multiple images because it can easily mess up on this structure, especially with complicated ones like this. That is the last method though. Next, you just need to hope you did everything right and run it. And let's do a couple more runs. Let's try to find a hard one. This is a 2-pager with 25. Let's see if it's able to handle this. Here, we're going to try Docling first. Let's extract that information. It's taking its time. Forgot what's the name of this company. Okay, I got the company name and all that information. And let's see if it got all 25. Looks like it did. Yep. It's counting a couple twice. It starts at 0. Oh, that's the quantity. Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind, it does not extract 25. That's the quantity. I don't feel like counting that. I guess it's 28 or 27, counting from 0. Now let's try this with just using the multimodal model. Remember here, we're converting the PDF into images and then creating a list of prompts, listing all of those images back to back. And then it's taking that big prompt and feeding it into the LLM and having it extract all the information out of it. And here we can see it's getting almost everything. We do not get vendor email, which doesn't even look like they have. Then it comes down and extracts all of them. Let's see if it has the same. It has 26. One of them is wrong. Let me know in the comments which one it is. I don't feel like counting through them all. If you have any questions, please just leave comments down below. I'm actually going to do a third part to this app where we take this app and turn it into a general extraction tool where it allows you to define fields and descriptions for the fields in another tab. And once you do that, you then can upload a file and have it extract that information from the file using the description. It will allow you to customize this to not just do invoices. Let's say you have a purchase order or something else that you want to process. You would come up with a config for it and then load it in or define it in the table that I give, and you then run it. And it just uses a general prompt for saying extract these fields from the image, and uses all the user-defined fields and descriptions to then give the LLM more definition on what it's trying to look for. The app is extremely powerful because it will generalize this invoice extractor to any document. All you need to do is have the document, define the field where you set a variable for what you want it to be saved to, then the description of the fields. Let's say invoice number, it would be like a unique identifier that represents the invoice, or ship to would be the name of the person that's shipped to. Things like that, just describing the field and allowing the LLM to reason and use its multimodal abilities to extract that information from the structured document or unstructured document. If you're interested in coding that app with me, subscribe so you don't miss it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. See you next time.